All right. Welcome, everybody. I'm supposed to be streaming the Wednesday night TPP Scrims for exclusive Scrims. And update just happened. First time I logged into PUBG, I forgot to download the maps. So, big rip to me. But in the meantime, while everyone else is getting sweaty on pub, I want to let you guys know that the Machine Gun Nest is playing in a Call of Duty tournament. This tournament is being put on by Premier Gaming. And
hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are
here. We go. So,
with the Premier
viewer
Gaming
party.
Call of Duty. We're having the pre-prep today. Just a little preview of how the tournament will be going next week. We're having a 3 best-of-5 series today. We just finished the first half of the bracket. We're doing the second half of the bracket here with Machine Gun Nest versus Oof Team.
I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't prep
so
the scoreboard
these guys
during the break.
have been talking a lot of trash. So I'm really excited to see what they see what happens.
Good. I feel like that's a good basis for any esports broadcast, because sometimes you see productions that are like, oh, we broke this screen, or oh, we have to have an additional weight, but we broke time itself, TJ, and I feel like that means we're a cut above the rest.
Over here?
Yeah.
I feel like there's no other conclusion we can really draw.
I fixed it. Man,
oh,
do you want to talk about how hard it is to render esports?
Let's do that.
I had to install a new font specifically for the letter O. Welcome to Game
There we
One
go.
Domination.
They're my boys.
My name's still
Bro, you see
TJ,
this?
still with Niberia alongside me. We have another
Super
best of 5
sweats.
set. This is the second semi-final. The winner of this goes to playing Easy Gaming up next.
Yeah, I mostly just want to see what we're going to be seeing. And, well, okay, I'm going to be honest. That was super Phil statement. What I really want to get to is there's a team called Machine Gun Nest. Are they actually going to make a Machine Gun Nest strategy happen?
You want to see the LMG party?
Yeah, I want to see the LNG version of what we saw Gun 234 doing last round. Just like, all right, I'm camped up. I'm going for it. And just wall bang for days.
Let's see it, yo. Let's see it.
And on this map, too, shooting range is supposed to be the LMG
Yeah, he's
map.
got...
I like them on raid, but like they're very good on shooting range because of
domination, Rose.
And yet, nothing really changed. We do have a sniper on Onion, which is unusual. Typically, the range of the B point, people don't like it. And you can see why, as the quick flank comes through. That's the A point back cap already threatened, B point captured because of it, and the sniper can do nothing about it.
A lot of fighting on A point. The 98 going to be trying, advancing on that point a little bit. They might be looking for a flank. He gets taken out at this point, but both B and C points taken over so far by Team Machine Gun Nest. They've got a good defense going. Worth noting as well that 2 of them have rocket launchers available to them. We saw them flexing them in the early parts of the round. It looks like the strategy for Machine Gun Nest so far is just to push forward, push forward, push forward, push forward, and then you can just never retake if you're off.
Yeah, so when we were watching a lot of shooting range during some of the other tournaments, this room that the 98 just left is one of the most important rooms in the map. There's 2 seconds.
So they are getting prepared for next week's $1,000 tournament. So if you're tuning in, I'm supposed to be doing the streams, the scrims. I totally forgot to download the maps. So we're gonna watch these guys get sweaty.
Right now.
They're going to be struggling with that, though, TJ. It's already 41 points for Machine Gun Nest. They've been doing a great job of being very offensive. And I don't mean, annoying people, but they've been pushing very hard into that A point, and they've been going after any members they see. And yeah, it's a deathmatch sort of situation, of course, but they've been so aggressively pushing out off team that there's not a whole lot they can do. And now 50 points, 27, they take the first half of the round.
If that they do, 50-27, as you say, entirely built off zero control of that B point being taken against them.
I want to see what adjustments off esports are going to make at this point, because that B control point is essentially just the bread and butter of domination maps, because once you get it, you've got the advantage and you can push out from it. You can use it as an advanced round, but doesn't look like there's going to be any more luck here for off esports this time. Every time they move onto this B point, they're just getting picked off immediately.
But Onion's got it too. Onion in the second story on his side of the map is landing his shots. Finally, Cute takes him out, but they're holding the B point at even because of it, because they have equivalent control, and that's an improvement over the previous result of this map. Unfortunately,
it's a lot more strongly contested. But if you look at Charlie Point, TJ, this is the problem that they have to respond to. Machine Gun Esports were trying to, or Machine Gun Nest were trying to take it out, still are trying to backcap it, and that means you don't have a whole lot of time to defend that Bravo Nest. A good response there from Legacy was to try and take the Alpha for themselves and get a backcap of their own. It almost worked and pulled them off the B point, but they're not getting any advantages off it so far, and Onion is just solo defending halfway towards that capture point, but gets blown up. And now he's not going to be able to find it. B point still in solid control by Machine Gun.
Yeah, the 98 just dug out control of that blue side second story again. He's now playing very aggressive, making sure it can't be retaken. And this, as long as you don't have that high ground, it's very difficult to get beat. Monty will dig out control of the high ground. You can see why it's all important. They've just flipped the B point back, at least until Golden Sky Dragon shows up.
Maverick by himself, and it looks like it's a very offensive strategy here from Machine Gun Nest. They're trying to push down onto that Charlie point again, because if the B flips and they can still grab Charlie, they still win the game. They're at 91 points to 53. They have such a dominating lead that they just need to keep getting the points ticking in, and they're guaranteed the win.
There you go.
They just got all three. They just got all three. Let's go, boys.
Pretty steady fashion. Signs of life from off esports, but not enough.
No, in Machine Gun Esports, or Machine Gun Nest are pretty dominant so far. Like 100 to 55, they had all 3 points capped at the end of the game, and they just seem to be able to just be out-fragging off esports at this point. I'm not seeing... You're saying that we're seeing signs of life, but I'm not seeing enough from off esports just yet. Granted, it's the first round.
Are you proclaiming them legally dead? That would just happen.
There might be a DNR signed for them, but they're not dead yet.
They're playing in a $50 tournament right now.
They've got a tag on them that says they consent to organ donation.
Getting ready for a 1K tournament next week. This was supposed to be the 1K tournament. They just didn't get enough teams signed up.
For
so,
map 2.
No, those frags.
1 of game 2.
Their highest fragger.
Leon finishing the map with 16 and 6. A lot of that was off of very aggressive play. I was highlighting the people gaining map control.
So I'm supposed to be streaming, Chuck, exclusive Scrims Wednesday nights TPP, but I forgot to download the maps. So I'm waiting for that to start so I can make that switch. So we'll get that switch.
Still having a lot of success on that upper floor building. It was just a matter of how much success compared to how much Machine Gun Esports were able to find with their more aggressive strategy. You can't take a defensive stance on a map that has so much offensive movement, especially when the other team is playing so aggressively. The problem we saw that allowed Gun 234's sniper strategy to be effective is one that you're not going to find on this map. The problem was that he wasn't getting pushed out. Well, the sniper nest, as it were, was right next to the point. There's no way you're not going to push that one out. It's right there.
I hear you wanted sniper rifles, so I brought you Search and Destroy. Welcome to game 2 of this best of 5 set.
So they won. They're going to stay on this.
Off esports taken out during the first appearance. Now they have an opportunity to turn it right back around.
3 seconds remaining until they get that start. I want to see a lot more aggression coming out from off esports. I think it did well on this map prior, but Search and Destroy is, as you said, a different beast. So we are going to see some sniper rifles on the defense there, especially from Wub Wub coming in as well. Leon chunked down to half. There will be the first firefight of the game. Legacy gets taken out, and this is a lot of firefight so far, but a lot of blinking health bars inside a Machine Gun Nest that might be able to buy enough time.
It's all on Onion after a massacre happens over towards the B side of the map. It looked like it was a defensive hold from Maverick and a couple others. The idea was you just play safe, you hold the angle as they push in, but they ended up right, like, framed in a doorway with no cover to speak of.
They switched to A. This guy is stuck on B.
Bullet penetration. And it just resulted in a brutal firing range, to pardon the pun, as that is the name of the map. It's all Onion now, and this is doable, but he's got to head on over to the B point where that bomb is getting put down. A point. Right?
Yeah. A site was a good sneak out there. Oh, this is going to be 1 versus 2.
They're trying to knife him. They're going to knife him.
He's dodged the knife. Can he find the second kill? Got 1 frag so far. He's sliding around. Might be able to find the second frag. There's 1 snipe. Can he find the second hit? Not a 1-hit kill, but can he find it? He might. He's going for it. He has the pistol out right now. Revolver going forward. 2 shots down so far. He's still alive.
They're messing.
The hell freaking is still coming in. There's defense from the side coming in as well.
What
Revolver
is
not going to be enough. My God, Onion.
Bro, they're totally
What did
trolls,
I just watch?
bro. Trolls.
How do I erase 5 seconds from my memory? They tried to knife him. He landed a sick quickscope. So they were like, no, we got a 360 no-scope him with our sniper rifles. And that was not working, but it was confusing enough that Onion wasn't able to land a shot in the midst of their very strange movement. Right off the bat, round 2, the attacking side's able to find a lot of very aggressive shots again. It's Mounty. He's old.
This is a $50 tournament they're in. It's supposed to be a $1,000 tournament, but
he's not. Shocking.
They'll get it
so
next
far to
week.
Machine Gun Nest for this map. They're having one hell of a time with Onion's clutch not exactly going the way he wanted. And that round, I'm not even sure what happened to those 3 because they all died pretty much instantly. So I'm going to guess explosive.
Wow, that's actually
This is a tournament, Pride, by the way.
Thanks, Onion. Very cool. Maverick's down. Legacy as well. This is the same place they've died the last 3 times. Pushing from the B side of the map, trying to gain control of that whole maze of tunnels and running right into the straight-out gunfire of players like Leon.
Monty might be able to find the gunfight here.
Ooh.
Pick up 1. 2 versus 1 at this point. This should be the first win here for Off Esports.
Job.
Yep, there we go.
Nicely done.
Ace coming out.
Can't believe they
The
lost.
same trap, run into the same gunfight. They got maybe
Were they literally just looking at the
more
walls
than
though,
one
like on purpose?
around
Come
it.
on,
They've
guys.
certainly been exposed to the scenario of having to play 1v3 in that position before, so they were just there ready to go. Come this time, when the fight's now it's Ward in trouble.
A point is going to be the rush here coming in from Machine Gun Nest, and at this point now, Onion has to leave his perch, maybe able to find a frag on the way out, but that's going to be the defensive frag as well, so that point is heavily contested. Wow! Grenade right to the face, Maverick now suddenly the last one standing.
RPGs, bro. They're just so
going well
troll,
here,
bro.
I think, for our Off Esports friends. Bomb has been planted, there's the ace. That will be 4-1 so far on this map for Machine Gun.
3-1.
His name is Maverick, but he's looking a little bit more like good.
It is the old TMGN Leon.
Top Gun reference.
Whether he decides
Is it
to
really
join.
too soon?
Yeah.
Top Gun's like 1935, I'm pretty sure, is when they made that movie.
Yeah, but Top Gun 2 is coming out, so it just dug up those memories, TJ.
You're absolutely right, and I apologize.
Too soon again. Too soon again. We need another volleyball scene to erase the sadness.
Oh, I got you. Right now, they're going to be volleying back some gunfights. This is actually looking extremely good for Off Esports. They're able to take a little bit more of a defensive angle down the A side of the point, and they pre-fired as well. This leaves it in a 1v1.
All right, team captain versus team captain.
Doing very well so far. Golden Sky going to be able to find it, which unfortunately does mean they are going to find the map. So very close there for Off Esports. Machine Gun will now pick up the 4-1 at this point. 2 points remaining in the map. 1 more before they flip. So at this point, I want to see Off Team make a more concerted effort, try and not get picked off on the flank. They're all going at 1, but they just get gunned down in a row. Wow.
That's what you kept asking. What's going wrong on that one side of the map? Why do 3 people keep vanishing? That. And they seemed to think that on the side switch it would be better, but it was wildly not. They, I think, just have less experience in that specific portion of the map, and they're just getting outfought there.
Yep, already 2 members down, so Off Esports on the offensive. Not going to be having a whole lot of luck so far. Following Maverick. Bomb.
Maverick
trying to go on to 8 point.
Maverick won a very good gunfight to get his way onto the point. Unfortunately, he's being backstabbed. 2 players just walking around as the rest of the team dead.
That is...
So they have 2 problems. One, they can't
I believe it's a
hold the
race to
left
6,
side of the
right?
map. 2, once they lose that left side of the map, they're not losing it, I want to say productively, but that sounds...
Good team, bro. Good team.
Counter to how the world works.
See if we can get them all in.
They're not losing it in a
under
way
the
that
tag.
doesn't turn into anything else.
I told them they win this 1K.
You can say, okay,
I'm going to get them sweaty jerseys.
They're continually dominating that gunfight.
Let's see.
Stop taking that fight and instead punish you for sending 2, 3, 4 members of your team that side of the map. But instead, they shifted their focus over towards the A point and ran all 4 or 5 members down mid, down towards the A point, and left the B side of the map completely open. Now those 3, 4 members you're running away from, you're not taking the fight from, that were playing B, have a completely exposed flank to walk up and find free frags. And that's what kept happening. Even on the rounds where they didn't avoid the B side of the map, and they did try and fight at the B side of the map, the B players would win the fight and then push forward. That's why the most successful, the closest rounds in that last map were the ones where they did take the B fight and then maybe went a little bit less positive. But either way, Machine Gun Nest showed again, as we saw during the first set, that team coordination is 8 to 10 times more important than just being able to win the gunfights.
Absolutely, because we saw with the scrap with Onion that it's not necessarily magnificent gunplay that got either team to the positions they're in.
I had almost forgotten about that.
Sorry, buddy, but we're going to be hurting for that one for the rest of the night.
Here's your scoreboard at the end of game number 2. And of course, brings the series score to 2-0, Machine Gun Nest's favor. That's going to be 6-6 for Ward. He earns that over on the A side of the map. He was playing pretty passively there. I could see some fun adaptation coming out from him. Like, he learned that they kept running a route directly through the barricades, and so he pre-fired that route with an RPG and got a free kill one round. And that's the kind of adaptation you want to share with your teammates, and that's maybe where things are going wrong. Don't just go, oh, I learned a way that we can win this fight. Say, oh, I learned a way that we can win this fight. They're playing very aggressive over on this side of the map. How can we punish that as a team? And it's the team play that it feels like Off Esports are missing.
Well, they have the chance to make up for it now, because like we saw on our last series, team play did improve there for Ferox. Could still happen here for Off Esports. It is only 2-0 so far. Match point, but not the end, most importantly. So as we load in here, going to start it back up. We're going to have a replay of the first map, essentially, so Off Esports can show off what they've learned so far. They will already take off 1 pick, but have lost 2 of their own. They need to aggress a little bit further onto that B point. A point hasn't even been captured here by Machine Gun Nest. It looks like everyone's responding from off team by aggressing heavily onto the point. They're going to try and take it on their own, but a huge defense from the 98 is going to stop that from happening for the time being. Finally, they're pushed off of A point, and C unavailable now. So the only people getting points are Machine Gun Nest.
Yeah, this is the 98 going massive in the back lines somehow. He has just stayed alive here while the rest of his team cycles through. He's getting kill after kill, buying more and more and more time. And it doesn't even matter, especially, that he gets that A point. It matters that it means they can't dedicate anyone to B. Finally, the call comes out. Off Esports say, fine, back cap C, back cap B, but they've lost track of the 98, who's right here to deny all of their progress. They still don't have a single point on map 3.
This is so rough for Off Esports. This is the kind of lead you usually see at the end of a round, not the beginning of a round. So 17, 18 points down already. We can just keep counting it as it ticks up, but that would be bad entertainment. So we're going to keep talking about what they can do to get back into the game. The B point is free and open for Machine Gun Nest to go in, but Off Team have nowhere they can call their own. They need to find a unified offensive front, and now they're just split up across the map. Some are going for A, some are going for B, some are going for C. I don't think this is the way you get yourself back into the game.
I like the idea.
If they get,
hey,
bro,
they're controlling our A point. What if we just walked over to B? But the problem with that idea is you're walking into a sandwich where you are the meat. And the meat in a sandwich is a particularly unpleasant place to be because people love the taste and they take big bites out of you. In order to make anything happen, you would have had to have captured the A point, say, 3 minutes ago. Because really that A point should be the first thing you capture. They'll have a side switch if that was getting to them, but it's 15-0 off the back of a dominant first half of domination to Machine Gun.
It's the first time I've seen a perfect round, TJ, so this is really looking good for Machine Gun Nast.
Yeah.
God, all sports are in an awful spot.